All right, today I'm going to do barbell split squat. Same principles apply if you're going to use dumbbells or anything like that. Even if you start moving a little bit, or for today it'll be a stationary position. I know you can go into a forward step or a rear step. Principles still apply. Okay. As far as again working from the ground up, as far as a foot position. Like what I tell people, again, just coming from a sporting background, I tell people, imagine punching somebody as hard as you could. That puts you in a really good split position, or even baseball, right? Puts me in a really good split position. And if you have experience with Olympic weightlifting, going into that split position, right? They're all really, really close in their margin of distance. Okay, and there's a reason for that, because when we produce a maximal force, the body naturally wants to base out so it can manage and produce force. So that's going to be your split position, right? And it's going to vary from day to day, so don't think it has to be exact, but that just gives you some guidelines, okay? One of the biggest flaws about the split squat is, or the lunge for that matter, is going to be pitching the torso forward and backwards. Okay, when I'm saying torso, I'm referring from the hip joint right here all the way up to the top of the cervical, right? I don't want to tuck my chin and move my head around, right? And so an example of that is like from a split, right? When I squat and go like this, the path of least resistance is go out the back and push against this, right? Push against this foot. We want to maintain this position vertical the entire time, okay? In the same sense, like if you're shooting, right? I don't want to go like this to shoot under something. I want to change my height while maintaining a vertical torso, okay? So, and we've got our foot position, we're talking about torso. In the same way we're talking about back squat, I don't want my elbows pitched out the back when I have a bar on my shoulders, okay? I want my forearms vertical, okay? Elbows are in line with my rib cage so I can engage my lat and stabilize my upper body, okay? Because if I'm rotated internally, right, my hips will do the same, okay? And then when I go into locomotion, those knees will dive, right? Okay. So, and the last thing I guess what I missed about the foot position is rear foot, heel needs to be up, okay? Heel should not ever, it's one of the few always and nevers. This is a never. Heel never stays down in a split position, okay? And I mentioned before is like, if you're gonna punch somebody, that heel down saps your power. And I think baseball, keeping that back heel down, you can't swing. Same thing with split position, okay? We can't produce and manage force that heel down because the hips will slide laterally, okay? Engage that glute, okay? Vertical torso, down. I always say like, whether you've got hair on your knees or not, okay? That's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to touch our hair of the knees, or those imaginary hairs on your knees, to the ground. Because we don't want to go down and bear weight, right? Then the hips will definitely shift, and then we're starting from a non-rigid position. We do not want to do that. So we're going to maintain this good position to the knee, touch that knee, come back up, touch that knee and come back up. So with the barbell, you'll see again, I don't want to begin my motion until I have achieved upper body stability, right? I don't want my hands moving, I don't want my arms moving, I don't want my head moving when my lower body is trying to move this upper body. So we want it to be stiff and rigid while the weight is on our back. So all the legs are really having to do is produce force with a little bit of balance. If the upper body is very loose, the lower body is trying to produce force as well as maintain a high level of balance, okay? So from that front squat position, that split squat position rather, is going to look a lot like this. Again, take those feet nice and wide from an anterior posterior position. I don't want my toe turned in. I don't want my back toe turned at all. I want to think my direction of travel is straight out in front of me. And this will allow me to drop straight down, okay? Again, nice deep breath, nice slow deep breath. Hold my breath, contract my lats, pulling down on the bar, okay? Touch, contract. Really finish with a glute squeeze of my back left leg here. Really squeeze my left glute. drop straight down, touch, really finish. Push, push, push down to that ground. Lats stay tight the whole time, okay? Again, I'm not pitching my torso, right? As I change direction, I'm not throwing my hips back, okay? Descend vertically, touch, and back up, okay? So that position, I'll show you from the rear side real quick. Because again, what we're just trying to do is stay as vertical as we can and have it be as smooth as possible. Okay, now from the rear position, you'll see again, right? My foot's not turned in, it's not turned out a lot. My front toe is pointed directly forward. Chin is neutral, chin is parallel with the ground. Lats are engaged. Descend, touch, contract. All right, I want to snap at the top. I want to squeeze at the top. Descend and squeeze. Keep those principles in mind. Again, like whether we're static or we're moving forward or backward, whatever it may be, is a barbell split squat.